Hello YouTube. Just thought I'd welcome you to Canova Beach Park, which is at the end of O'Galley Boulevard. It's at the intersection of O'Galley Boulevard and A1A. And I'm out here at the beach today just to take you on a walk with me. We're just going to walk and talk. Nothing really in mind, but wanted to give you a tour of this place. It's a really pretty beach park. But you do need to be aware that it is patrolled by the sheriff's department. They come here like probably every 10 or 15 minutes. There's a lot of, I guess, a lot of stuff that happens around here. So anyhow, this beach itself, the park, has plenty of parking around the circular driveway here. And there are restrooms for men and women. And of course, boardwalk beach access and parking on this side as well. There's also a little Nathan's hot dog stand over there. The beach has some special features. One of these is that it is one of the few beaches in Brevard County that allow you to bring dogs. So I'm going to show you that right here in a minute. Right here on this end, when you come by, you can see there's shower facilities for humans right there, and there's also a washing area there for the dogs on that side. On this end over here is where you bring your dog. You're supposed to clean up their waste. So those of you with dogs, this is a place where you can come. Just make sure you keep your dog on a leash, you have your license and everything else for your pet, because the police do come by here and they can question you about your pet. So you can see here, this is the dog beach rule. You're allowed to bring your dog through here. And over on this side over here, just kind of hidden, is actually a feral cat colony. I had seen animal control earlier this morning and I thought they were here to catch the cats. And then, but they didn't do anything, they didn't come over here to look at the colony. Then I saw a couple pull up in an SUV and bring food out to feed the animals. And I was like, hey, you know, they're trying to take these cats away. But no, they said, no, this is an authorized feral cat colony. And they set up like a little, as you can see, a little shelter area here for the cats. I guess this is the version, the cat version of Camp Freedom. And earlier when I was here checking it out, it was actually some raccoons here eating the cat food. So, but you can see there's our friend Mr. Cat just sitting there. It's supposed to be a colony, but I only see one cat. I haven't seen any other cats, as a matter of fact. Or maybe I saw one other cat, but that one there has been sitting here all day and he's just kind of taking it easy. And the raccoons seem to enjoy this camp. But I guess we'll call this Camp Cat Freedom. So if you come here, please leave these cats alone. The sheriff's department does come by here, and they basically make sure nobody's messing with the cats, you know, and that the people who bring their dogs here comply with the rules. I didn't go over the rules here. Maybe I should, just in case you're not familiar with the area and you want to know what the rules are. Let me come over here and we'll read the rules together here. So I know some of you in the vans do have pets that you bring with you. It says, let's see. These rules are intended to protect everyone's usage and enjoyment of this dog beach area. All dogs must enter and exit the beach from this crossover, so do not bring them to the human side. All dogs must have proof of current rabies vaccination and license. Have your paperwork ready. All dogs must be on a leash, no longer than 6 feet. No more than 2 dogs per handler. Handlers must stop their dogs from digging and are responsible for immediately filling any holes. Handler is responsible for picking up and disposing of dog waste into the trash receptacles. You are responsible to remove your dog from the beach should they become aggressive. Brevard County is not responsible for the behavior of any dog. Dog bites should be reported to Brevard County Animal Services and Enforcement. It is illegal to harm or harass sea turtles and their nests or hatchlings. And I'll also remind you, it is illegal to mess with those feral cats. So that's an authorized, sanctioned cat sanctuary, feral cat sanctuary. So I'm gonna come through the dog access because I'm a dog. So anyhow, I was here earlier this morning trying to get the sunrise. I got some sunrise pictures because you know I'm always in pursuit of the sun, and it was actually pretty cloudy, and the sun was hiding behind the cloud the whole time it was rising. Hi there.
Hi.
Here's the beach itself. We're going to go ahead and take a look, and you can see people are out here with their dogs. Obviously, she's letting the dogs kind of run loose, but I don't think anybody here really cares. People who come to this beach know that dogs are here. So if you have a pet, this is as long as you have your paperwork and everything ready, because as I said, the police do come and check out this place. Playing ball with the dogs over there. And there are some other people over there with their dogs running around playing. And there's like an expensive high-rise condo right here. Try to get this camera right here. Anyhow, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go for a little walk. Walk and talk. That's what we're going to do. It's a beautiful day. I was supposed to have my kids this weekend, but of course you know the story. My ex isn't allowing it, so I'm gonna do the best I can and relax and enjoy myself this weekend. I did want to follow up on something interesting. For those of you who want to get out and do things, I have a bit of advice, and the advice is really simple. If you are wanting to do something or experience something and you have the opportunity to do so, as Nike says, just do it. The other day, I was out at Three Forks recreational area, which is a boat launch, and I was testing the area out for overnight camping, and it was pretty busy because people were going in and out all night long with their boats and airboats. But anyhow, it happened to be like a full moon, and although I'm like a sun worshiper and always getting pictures of the sun, you know, the sunrise, I decided to go ahead and try to shoot my first moonrise the other night. And what I did was I set my camera up on a tripod there by the boat launch and started taking a bunch of pictures. And then these people were coming up in their airboat because, you know, they were coming in for the night. And I just went ahead and set my camera up and started shooting them as they were loading up their airboat. And got some pretty cool images of them bringing in their airboat. Hello. So I went and contacted the driver, who turned out to be like a young guy. I let him know that I had some pictures of them with their airboats, and if they wanted copies of the files, I'd make it available for them, which is what I've been doing since I've been out in the van here. You know, I'm a photographer, and I just like taking pictures. I normally shoot people, so when I get an opportunity to shoot somebody, I'll do that, and then I tend to try to contact them and get their contact information, whether it be Gmail or email or whatever, and get them to contact me. Looks like some kids are here cleaning up our beaches, which is awesome. People are just taking care of our beach, trying to make sure it's nice here, and that's always encouraging. Anyhow, I contacted the kid there, and I told him to give me his contact info, which he did. So then I uploaded the pictures that I shot and made it available for them. And if you've been watching my cooking episode where I was cooking at Three Forks over there and the airboats were being launched, it dawned on me that even though I've lived in Florida pretty much since 1985, I've never been on an airboat. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm about to leave Florida here and I don't know for how long. And I have never been on an airboat. So I started to contemplate how I could ride an airboat. And you know, I actually thought about scrounging up money because they offer some paid rides. You might be able to get a Groupon for it, but they have like paid rides on airboat rides, like on 528. On State Road 520 between Poco and Orlando. I know there's an airboat ride tour thingy over there. But as luck would have it, because I was able to photograph those kids coming in with their airboat, I got their contact information and made the pictures available to them. And I let them know that I have never ridden an airboat. And I've been here since 1985. And I'm currently planning to travel across the United States, and I'll be leaving here very soon. And that I didn't have any money, but if they were wanted some pictures or whatever, I could shoot some pictures of them with their airboats and whatnot if they'd give me a ride. And sure enough, the kid wrote me back. So I am going to get an airboat ride, a free airboat ride, tomorrow morning. So that is like super, super awesome. I'll plan on bringing my camera so I can take some pictures, but I'll be videotaping a segment to show you that, you know, if you want to do something, if you want to meet somebody, don't be afraid to just ask. If I had not asked those kids if I could get a ride, I wouldn't be going on the airboat. So this is an item off my bucket list. You know, I don't know if they have airboats anywhere else. I know they have them all over Florida, but I'm glad that I've been given this opportunity to go for a ride. And some other stuff that's worth pointing out is that I think for the most part people are kind and nice. So if you see somebody with something cool and you go up and talk to them and just ask them about it, or ask if you can sit in it or ride in it, most people will allow you, just because people are nice. So it's kind of interesting how I became like this, because normally I see myself as very shy. I'm afraid of approaching people unless I'm working, you know. I used to be a military photojournalist, and in that capacity I always went up to people and just talked to them and asked them information, did an interview, shot some pictures. But when I'm not working or not in that capacity, hello.
That's the way to do it.
Yep. I tend to be shy, but as you can see, I'm out here waving at everybody. Anyhow, nowadays I do that because of an incident that occurred with my son that I thought was really cool. I have a son who's 9 years old. He's going to be 10 soon. And he wanted to do this thing called the paperclip challenge, where we had seen on the Guinness Book of Records and he had seen on YouTube, where this guy, I think, started off with a paperclip or something like that. And he traded it up, kept trading people all the way up until he got a house. True story. So he traded a bunch of different people and kept working that trade up until he was actually able to trade for a real house. Well, my son wanted to try something like that, so we decided to go to the mall, and I gave him a paperclip, and that's what he had to start out with. Then he just went up to various stores and went up to the clerks, the workers there, and introduced himself to them and said he was trying to do a trade-up challenge where he was trying to trade the paperclip. Now, he had in mind a special item from that mall that he wanted at the end. So he was planning on trading up until he got it. He didn't tell me what it was, but it was his plan all along. So anyhow, he took his paperclip and went to the first store and, you know, walked up and started talking to the clerk there. Just cold, just went right up there and started talking and telling them his story and wanting to see if they would trade. And of course, you know, being a cute little kid and stuff, you'd think they would say yes, but no. The person said no, they weren't interested in a trade. So my son comes back to me and I say, hey, so what happened? He says, well, they said no. I was like, oh. I was like, okay, so what do you want to do now? You know, I didn't want to tell him what to do. I felt really bad for him, but reality is a lot of times in life when you ask for things, you get rejection. So he said, let's try again. And he found another store and he went up and asked. Went through his whole spiel. 5 minutes later, he comes back to me and he says, they said no. And he was starting to look a little bit disappointed. And I was like, well, what do you want to do? Let's try again. So then he went again to a third store. I think it was Sports Authority. No, it was Dick's Sporting Good, I think. And he took his paperclip and went in there. And lo and behold, the clerk, the girl behind the counter, actually said yes. And he made his first trade. He traded the paperclip for a pen. And he came back to me all excited and said, yay, somebody took the trade. And he got his pen and he was excited. And I said, wow, you actually did it. And he said, yeah, you know, I was starting to get so disappointed. I was about to give up. Looked like nobody would trade, but he was persistent. So then we took the pen and went into a candy store. And the girl in the candy store gave him candy as part of the trade. So this was going great. And we continued walking throughout the mall, and we went to dozens of stores, and there was a lot of rejection. You know, when you're going up to people and asking them for something, sometimes people just don't want to be bothered, sometimes they don't care, sometimes they just aren't interested. But sometimes they are. So Nick was able to eventually trade that candy. And actually, a lot of people didn't even want to trade. They just wanted to give him stuff, free samples and things. He was able to get some Febreze. He was able to get some a nice box, a hat, a book, a bracelet. And eventually, in the end, he traded everything for a demonstration cell phone from the cell phone store. And that was his goal. His goal had been to try to get a free cell phone. Now, he didn't get a working cell phone or anything, but it was a model, you know, it was a demonstration model from the cell phone store. And he met a lot of interesting people who were fascinated with him, that he would just walk up and start talking to them and explaining his situation and what he was trying to accomplish. And it turns out that the majority of people, when they know that you're trying to accomplish something great, something big, or a personal goal, something interesting, something unusual, they will actually help you. It turns out that humans, at least the humans my son encountered and the ones I've encountered so far, when they realize that you're trying to achieve something, they help. And I think that's what makes us humans, is that for the most part, when people realize what it is you're trying to do, they try to help you. And so, from that moment on, I decided that I would be shy no more. If there's something that I see or want to experience, it does not hurt to ask. And that's how I will end up getting a free airboat ride tomorrow morning. So the advice is this: Do not be afraid. Ask. The worst that can happen is they say no. But the best that can happen is you make a new friend and somebody is trying to, a stranger will lend you a hand and try to help you. So don't be afraid.